Well, Shane Cuthbert, once exposed as a violent, despicable husband. Now, Shane reckons he's a hero, a community leader. But his former mates say his charities aren't all they seem, and his ex-wife calls him an abusive monster.
You're obviously making yourself out to be a bit of a hero online. I just wanted to know, are you actually a fake?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Please stop hurting me.
Berenger Rose, the cover model.
What worries me is the vulnerable people out there that could perhaps fall victim to what he's doing.
So I think Shane's trying to convince the public that he's a good person.
Here in Cairns in far north Queensland, Shane Cuthbert has created quite a name for himself. According to him, among other things, he's a world-famous relationship coach, an emerging community leader and a philanthropist with 2 charities. But last time we did a story on Shane, he was a criminal who emotionally tormented and abused his ex-wife. So has he really changed, or is he just pretending to become rich and powerful? Welcome to Shane's World. Shane Cuthbert is an entrepreneur, motivational speaker, community leader, musician, philanthropist, volunteer, board member, advocate for human rights, mental health, youth, the environment, justice, and equality with lived experience. Is that an accurate depiction of him as a person?
Not in my opinion.
Shane says he's helping people, but those who have been close to him aren't convinced.
I think that anybody can do anything.
Shane first appeared on A Current Affair more than 20 years ago as a child diagnosed with ADD.
I was medicated and the story was, look at this kid, he's out of control, he needs medication.
A decade later, he made headlines again after fronting court dressed in a clown suit. In 2015, he detonated a homemade bomb at a Queensland motel. The next year, Shane was exposed as an abusive husband on ACA by his now ex-wife, Berenger Rose.
Show me your legs! Show me your f***ing legs!
Please stop.
Capacity building.
Please, I love you, mate.
And I said to him that he was taking away my basic human rights. And he told me that I don't have any rights.
7 years on, the former model says she's still emotionally fragile after being married to a man she believes was an evil manipulator. What happened after our last interview with you?
It didn't end after I did the interview. He was contacting me from jail. You know, him trying to convince me to drop charges. So the only other way I can see that I'll be released is if my wife did recant her statement.
In 2020, the couple finally divorced. Since then, Shane Cuthbert says he's been trying to become a model citizen. That is, apart from being found guilty of public nuisance in 2021. He's launched 2 charities, Shane Cuthbert's Change the World Foundation and Domestic Violence Anonymous.
It's so offensive to me, the person that he victimised for so long, and it's just a scary thought.
Is he the last person that should be giving advice about domestic violence?
Yes. He perpetrated it against me.
Shane's charities are registered, and his former best mates, Jay Morgan and Stuart Adams, were listed as director and secretary. But there's one problem. Jay says he knew nothing about the organisations.
Well, I was in total shock.
Jay lives with autism and is on a disability pension.
I just know it's called Domestic Violence Anonymous, and he's told the Australian government that I have a part of this, and I do not have any part of this whatsoever.
Jay had absolutely no idea.
Oh, okay, look, that's odd.
Stuart Adams, who has been in and out of jail recently for domestic violence offences, thinks Shane's charities are about saving his image.
He went through a lot of work to put the paperwork together so that he could say he's got a charity.
But it's hard to know who to believe, given Stuart has previously offered to nominate Shane for awards in exchange for cash.
I think he chose us specifically because he probably thought that we wouldn't do anything about it.
Are they fake charities?
No, they're very real,
Okay.
very registered, and we do a lot of great work, so.
Would you provide proof of where the money is that you collect from these charities, where it goes to?
Not right now, but I can, yeah.
Shane later said Domestic Violence Anonymous has never received any donations, and since we became involved, he's removed Jay and Stuart from their roles with the charities. But Shane's apparent empire doesn't end there. Stuart, who used to be a therapist, claims Shane's self-help content bears a striking resemblance to his, leaving the ex-besties locked in a plagiarism dispute.
Most people actually don't even try and change their problems at all.
Most people go throughout their life without even trying to change at all.
The majority of people just spend their lives avoiding their problems.
They would rather ignore their problems. No.
Did you plagiarise his work?
No.
Because he's saying word for word you plagiarised everything.
He had an ice addiction and he needed money for ice, and I paid him for his help.
Shane claims to be the author of at least 17 ebooks. Stuart claims the similarities can even be seen on the very front cover.
To saying by Shane Cuthbert instead of by Stuart Adams.
While the battle for the real author and therapist rages on, Shane says 100% of the proceeds of his ebooks are donated to charity. Have you also got proof of that?
Yes.
Because some of those ebooks though, like they're only 8 pages in length. Does that actually classify as a book?
Look, probably not, I mean.
Yeah, I think it's just another means of him to manipulate people. How to Survive a Nasty Breakup. Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
One of the books is like How to Survive a Nasty Breakup.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the key to that be just don't date you? Maybe that's a good piece of advice?
I'm not sure, I mean.
Shane's LinkedIn also makes for an interesting read. It says he completed a Bachelor of Arts Laws at University of Southern Queensland, which isn't 100% true. It also says he's attended Harvard University, the University of Queensland and Stanford University, which again isn't 100% true. The truth is he's done a number of online short courses via a website called edX. He says he's studying law at CQ University and claims to be their Law Society president.
Well, the certificate I was given has the University of Queensland logo on it.
Do you have that in there?
Yes, I do.
Can we come and see it?
Yes, I do.
Well, like you say you're not a liar, like show us the proof.
I know.
So this is reluctantly, Shane showed us around and tried to explain how he came up with his resume.
Saying I went to the University of Queensland, well, I'm not saying I went there and studied a degree.
Did you ever step foot on the university?
No, I didn't. No, physically I didn't go there. But look, you might not like the way that I spin things, but there's truth there. Hey, just current affair here at the moment, mate. They've come to see if I'm a fraud or not.
Shane's accolades are on display in his office, but the certificates for being a nominee or finalist in various awards aren't all real. That Optus, My Business, they are fake, those certificates.
Well, I was actually nominated for those awards.
But those certificates are fake.
I did not have them on my website. I don't show them to anyone. It's from my own personal office.
Cairns Chamber of Commerce confirmed he nominated himself for awards with them. You don't get a certificate if you're a nominee, because you could have just nominated yourself.
Well, some of them I do.
Shane's ambitions know no bounds. He was a member of the Australian Labor Party until they realised who he really was and kicked him out. It's a decision he's been fighting in court. Now he plans to run for council. How could you be elected with your criminal history, with what you've done to Berenger?
My criminal history, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I've got your charge sheet.
Okay. All right.
So
it's mostly misdemeanours.
Shane shared selfies on social media showing him with wads of cash and a plane ticket under the name Kermit Frog. And it seems Shane might have some dangerous friends.
I've got friends that are bikies, okay? Just like I've got friends that are politicians. I've got a lot of friends in a lot of places.
It's frightening to think that someone that is such a monster and that has done such horrendous things to me is out there like campaigning, politically.
But what about also saying, you're a human rights advocate? What about Berenger Rose's human rights?
Yeah, I am. I care about the rights of people.
You didn't care about hers?
I do, actually.
It's been a fight just to have a normal life after what he did to me and what he put me through.
I genuinely help people, and I want to continue to do that.
Though, Shane? You're just trying to help yourself?
Not really.
And if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, there is help. Call 1-800-RESPECT.